YouTube Zodiacs, what's good? Is your favorite Gemini, KashDaGemini. I am back with episode 18 of the Cashing Out show. None other than Phatal The Kollector, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy because I was on YouTube one time, right? And you come across people on YouTube or on Instagram or something, and you like, hey, I think I vaguely know who this is. I vaguely know who it is. And then you finally connect with the person, the individual, and you make everything happen, man. That was essentially how it is with Fatal, man. Because I'm like, dude, I know I've seen a video before. Like, I just, like, I know I have, man. How's it
Yeah.
going, Fatal?
Man, what's going on, man? Yeah, I've been doing this for a little bit. My channel is not, I don't have that many followers, but that's because I'm not pumping out as many videos as I should. But sometimes life get in the way. But I don't do this for the followers. I do it just to share with the community. You know what I mean? I'm a collector. I mean, my name is Fatal the Collector, of course. And, I also do cosplay as well. So, cosplay, collecting, and I do a little mentoring as well when it comes to the comic book world.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, we'll certainly touch bases on that. Going into the crowd, man. What's up with everybody? Dennis Perez out there says, Cash, you promised to sing the intro. Hey, man, look, bro, look. I promise. I'm gonna release something soon, man. I promise, man. I'm gonna release something soon for y'all. Y'all keep asking me, so I'm gonna release it, man. Aiden, what's good? Appreciate you being here, man. Edwin Diaz, as always, I appreciate you, man. Nathan, hey, Nathan, what's good, man? We got Nika Vader's collection. What's good, man?
I know who that is.
Chasing in the building. Archangel, I feel like no matter how much I work, I can't keep cash in my life. What's good, J Rob? Got Vane 21 in the building, man. I appreciate everybody stopping through so far, man. We'll keep an eye on the chat. Um, yeah, definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, we 18 episodes strong, and you know what? I'm not saying I'm the first person to ever do one-on-ones, or I'm the only person, or will ever be the only person. But hey, man, it may be replicated, but it can never be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? So we try to put our own sauce on. It's like going to a picnic, Fatal. When everybody comes to a barbecue, right? You got different slabs of ribs, different hot dogs. You know your favorite uncle might be on the grill, but at the end of the day, hey, man, there's that secret Krabby Patty sauce. You know what I'm saying? That Krabby
What's
Patty
up?
sauce.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, it might be the rapping for you. That I think that's what kind of drew me to your channel, man. The rapping. Because if you listen to my old intros with the Fatal the Collector, statues and reviews and lectures, I kind of did that same thing. And then when I saw your channel, I'm like, oh man, I'm digging what he doing over there. So, and then when I saw you was a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, May 31st. I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh,
something in
word.
common. Yeah.
Dude,
So,
that's my aunt's birthday. My day, I'm the 29th. That's crazy.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, May
Yeah.
Geminis, man. And I sent you that thing in the chat one day with all those Geminis, man.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
dude, it's a very talented Zodiac right there. Prince is
Yeah.
my favorite Gemini, to tell you the truth. I'm a huge fan. So I'm into, like, even outside of collecting, I'm really into the music. So I do a little rapping. I actually sing in a choir at church, and my grandfather, who actually just passed away a few days ago, was a blues singer.
Condolences, man.
Thank you. And he had congestive heart failure and 85 years old, but he made some hits back in the day. And I have a auntie that's in the business, Selena Johnson. So his name was Sil Johnson, and he made some hits. The guy, people go out there and check out his old videos on YouTube. You'll see him on Soul Train. He was a real groovy dude back in those black exploitation days.
Hey, man. You know what's crazy is my mom, right? I've told the story before. Is my great grandmother. She raised me. That's what I consider my mom. Her brother, his name was Jimmy, Jimmy Hall. They're from Arkansas, right? So he became a musician, and he was. It wasn't called that back then, but in today you would know it as a ghostwriter. He wrote a couple hits for Ray Charles, which is
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah.
So and like we tried looking up a little bit of information because a lot of the stuff got lost in like the archives and stuff like this. I'd have to ask my cousin more about it because she found a bunch of stuff on him, because he was doing that, but then he left for the war at that time. So it was a lot of crazy stuff. It's crazy who you could be related to, and like you never know about history unless you dig sometimes.
Man, my grandfather didn't really blow up like he was supposed to because he ended up being on the same record label with Al Green, and they had similar voice styles. And Al
Yeah,
had a slightly stronger voice, and my grandfather even told me that. But my grandfather, man, he could write, he can play a lot of different instruments as well. And he really blew up after his career. Now he had some hits, but it was when Wu-Tang Clan sampled his song "Different Strokes" for "Shame on a Nigga," right? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, that was him. And when they sampled him, they, those artists didn't know they were stealing. They just kind of was
yeah,
sampling.
yeah, yeah,
And then when they met him, they started using him more. They started lacing his pocket. I mean, RZA got countless interviews about my grandfather, and it was like it's so cool because you grow up in it, you see him playing all the time. You're like, okay, that's my granddad. I'm not looking at him as like some kind of star or something.
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. What's good, Keesa's World Collections? I appreciate you being here, man. Art says I do country rap. That includes a lot of farming. All right, Arch. I don't know if you playing.
Country is rap. That really, if you think about it, listen to a country artist. They rapping. They just got a twang on
Cash is a present day Spider Man, except he had a hot grandmother. All right, you stop playing, man.
it.
Nah, man. But hey, man. So like, I wanted to ask you something, right? Because you talked about
Yes, sir.
mentoring and stuff like that. And I've had two stints where I've worked for the government. One was a longer stint. The other one was very short, like very short.
Yeah.
One was working with the veterans of retired military or active. I guess most of it was retired, but and I was just helping out with certain medical stuff like that. And I was looking at that's what I was doing when I first got into the hobby, right? When I very first got into the hobby, and then I transitioned to what I'm doing now. And it leads me to say, and you don't have to say your profession or anything like that, but like, does the job that you currently have now, your place of employment, does it even translate at all to the hobby? Because it makes me wonder, like, do people at work really know, like, this is us? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, I could tell you, I've been doing what I do for 20 years. I
okay,
work in law enforcement. I'm actually a law enforcement leader. So I've been
all right,
studying to get
man.
promoted.
I,
So
I'm sorry because it's been a couple times where I've joked about putting on a black mask and stealing.
yeah, yeah. So now the funny part about that is the people at work. We actually have a program at my job. It's called Heroes to Heroes, where we dress up in costumes and stuff for kids. I actually took 17 kids to C2E2 under that program. And when you're in law enforcement, it's a lot of sometimes negative connotations and everything like
Yeah,
that. I'm proud of what I do because I do it the right way, and I've been doing it the right way for 20 years. And to see those children's eyes light up when you take them to C2E2, and then they see a different side of a law enforcement officer dressed up in full costume. Now I went as Red Hood, and they was like he's really dressed up as Red Hood, like and then you hear the stories from the parents who give it to somebody else. Like my kids were like ecstatic. They were with the Red Hood, and this guy's in law enforcement, and he's just like a regular, normal, cool guy, and he has this geeky side, and that though you making a connection that is unbreakable. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I got into mentoring a long time ago. I do it with my fraternity, and I do it with my job. I did it with city colleges in my city. So collecting brings me close to that, and then sometimes I give away some of my stuff to kids too. So it's really fun, and I grew up in the Inglewood community in Chicago and Leclerc Court projects. So those two are the roughest neighborhoods in the city, and I didn't grow up around guys that were geeks. You were always
Yeah.
thought to be a nerd, and it wasn't cool to collect toys. But I had my crew, and we did that over there, and all the girls was chasing the dudes that was doing the wrong things. And then when you get older, those same girls come back to you. They be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you still look the same." Like, well, you know, because you was a nerd back then. But I got a page on Facebook called Cool Nerds with a K,
hmm
and that's what we are. And there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. and in the inner city, introducing kids like to stuff like that, keep them out of trouble. To be honest with
Yeah, yeah, man, most definitely. Hey, shout out Aiden. Aiden says Chi-Town, baby. All right, Aiden, I
you,
see
that
you.
time.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. A couple people in the chat looks like they said Nathan said he's retired Air Force. Says I'm 40, not fully retired. Just did a 20-year bid with the Air Force. I get a check from Uncle Sam every month now. Work for the FAA now. And then Keisa says he's military. That's right. Keisa's about to be going over to Korea pretty soon, I think. So yeah, man, it's crazy that all of us have like different things that we're doing and whatnot. And J Rob says hats to you, Fatal. Thank you for your positive service.
Indeed, I appreciate it, and I'm a former Army, so
Okay.
hoorah!
Hey, Keezer says Fatal looking good for your age.
Yeah, 20 years in the game, right? Uh, I enjoy what I do, you know, and
Yeah.
it's fulfilling. You know what I mean?
So with you dressing up as Red Hood, we actually had a guest 2 weeks ago, and his favorite character was Red Hood. So that's crazy to see that that's something you actually did. Is there like when you do dress up, do you pick characters that you enjoy, or is it more about like what character is easy to kind of like find an outfit for?
Okay, Batman is my favorite DC, and Marvel is Black Panther. R.I.P. Chad B. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite two characters. You see, I'm wearing a Black Panther shirt. So I like with Batman. I'll do Batman. I like Superman. Uh, I really enjoy doing Killmonger. Like when I did Killmonger, I was walking around. People were like, "Oh man, light skinned Michael B," and taking pictures with you. So I did Red Hood because he's a Batman villain, so to speak. Jason Todd. So anything in that Batman realm is something that I'm open to dressing up as. And to be honest, Red Hood is a easier costume. Some guys, man, they spending $10,000. I've seen guys walking around looking like Transformers, probably spent $20,000, $30,000 on the costume. And but they are cheaper. The ones that I no more than $300 at the high range.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I got a picture here with Lou Ferrigno, and this is like from that Wakanda scene. I had the little hair going on.
Oh wow. Okay.
I had the Wakanda ring
Nice.
around my neck. That was the Wakanda ring
Yeah.
that he wore in the movie, and I had the whole get up with the tactical vest and the fatigues. And then the previous day, I had the blue jean jacket with the fur inside and a big mask from the museum
Yeah.
scene. So I mean, it's fun. It's really fun.
That's cool, man. Luke says, introduce those kids to statue collecting. They'll never have money for drugs.
I
Not
got
even a
three
joke,
daughters too.
Luke. That's serious.
They sure wouldn't. Man, look, their wife would still be on that butt though.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So you are married yourself?
Yeah, I've been married 16 years, and I got three
Okay,
daughters.
so how does your family think about the hobby, man?
Uh Initially, my oldest, who's 15, going on 16, she used to love it, but now she's going through these hormonal changes, and now she's starting to act more like her mother, right?
So how old was she when she first like knew you doing this? Like six, like, real young or
Birth.
birth? Okay. Oh, you've been collecting a while then. Okay, okay.
I've been collecting for about a little over 17 years. Yeah.
Oh, so you're so the okay, so you've been married for 16. So did your wife like know you as this or
18 years together. So I started
okay,
collecting when I was with her. It started off very small.
okay.
And I can give you the quick story of how it started. Uh, I was in GameStop, and you remember those McFarlane basketball
Mm-hmm.
characters? They were about like this tall.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
saw they had like a 70% off clearance. So I'm like, man, this little Allen Iverson looks pretty cool. And I got, they had like an extra discount. So it was very cheap, right? So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy this. And I like, oh, okay, this looks cool. I opened it. It had a little base that looks like a basketball court. And I'm like, okay, I put it on my little computer desk. I'm like, I like that. That was my first like time kind of getting into the collecting. Now I had toys back in the day or whatnot, the
Yeah.
He-Man figures and the little, those little Hasbro figures, but that's what kind of got me started. Then I went McFarlane sports character crazy. I probably bought about 60 of them. And then he started bringing out the Spawn characters, and then I went bananas from there. And then Hot Toys hit the scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Over from there, huh?
it was over, man. And it's crazy where Hot Toys come from because when they first came out, my first Hot Toy was a Iron Man with the Tony Stark head sculpt, and it looked like a Barbie, literally a Ken doll. It's amazing how far they come with these face sculpts on these figures because I think that one I might have paid 150 on eBay. That was my first Hot Toy, and now you look at the Hot Toys from when they first started, and it's like wow. I mean, these guys are bananas with these face sculpts on these small little characters, and then from there, you know what it is: statue collecting.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know, for me, I say this every time. You know, when you get something in the hand, you know, you see the pictures, like if they reveal it at a con or whatever, you see them, and you're like, oh man, that's gonna be really good. And then, you know, they put the pictures up on the website. It's cool. You know, you feel like, okay, the price, I could justify it, I could make it happen. But when you unbox that box and you take it out and you know you put everything together and you step back and you look at the overall presence of it, it's crazy still to think that you can have, you know, like even behind you a Hulk. Like you, I never would have thought that, you know, as a kid, like, hey, we can have a Hulk. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, if y'all want to
crazy.
check that out, I'll move the camera up so they can kind of see what's back here. So,
Oh
um,
man, yeah.
you got the Incredible Hulk, and the unique thing about this one, if you saw this picture that I showed you,
Oh
that
yeah.
guy he signed the base. That's Lou Ferrigno.
Nice.
So Lou signed the base, and he was really cool. Like his security was trying to charge more money than he wanted to charge.
Mhm.
So that's that OG Batman from Sideshow Collectibles.
Yeah.
This one I had to pay a little bit more for on eBay.
Mhm.
That Joker, but I love it. The Superman and the Batman were my first two busts, and
Okay.
this guy is probably one of my favorite. Um, Actually, this Superman will be replaced by Harley Quinn. If you look up here, if
Whoa,
you
whoa,
can
whoa, whoa,
see
whoa,
it,
whoa, whoa. Harley Quinn, you say?
the Harley Quinn, the Sideshow Collectible bust.
Oh, hey, my God, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
I love it, and my youngest daughter is right here on this
Okay.
picture. This is like a cartoon picture. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You good?
Okay, so that's a family portrait that I had done, and
Nice.
so I want to kind of line it up where the characters kind of match. So over
Yeah.
here, the Supergirl, and then I got the Batman, and then me, I'm like a combination between Superman and Batman. And
Okay.
my oldest daughter is Batgirl. My wife is
Batgirl.
Catwoman. But my this one here, she's 8, and she's crazy about Harley Quinn, and I am too. You know, so
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
yeah, I like the bus, man. But the bus take up a lot of space, and but these, considering the prices that bust are now, like the
Mhm.
Hulk was $900 when it first came
Yeah.
out, right? And
Yeah.
if you think about that, that is extremely cheap compared to these prices that they asking for bus these days.
Yeah, man. Definitely. What's good, Ramon? Appreciate you being here, man. Um, it's definitely crazy, and like I'm actually pulling it up right now, and you know, when I'm looking at this here, this Harley bust, $900, right?
Dude,
It's
that's
coming
a
out.
steal.
That's bro. I haven't seen nothing this good. Like
It's a steal.
this is crazy, right?
It's beautiful. It is a
That's
steal.
crazy.
Look at the teeth on that thing, man. I can't
Yeah.
remember the actress that they said she looks like. It's definitely not Margot Robbie, but it's another actress that has a real wide smile like that with dimples. I cannot
Hmm.
think of her name right now, but that bust
Yeah.
is for $900, dude. I, when it sells out, people are gonna regret
Yeah.
it.
No ES, that's right, Nathan.
No ES
Archie
right
even
now, right?
says, yeah, not now. I can't wait to get this bus. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, this is a very good one. When I first saw it, I was like, I normally don't care for the bases on the sideshow bust. But this one here, it just fit, and everything is right, man. Everything is right on this one to me.
Yeah, including the
Everything.
bust.
Yeah.
I thought
Hey,
about
what
that Joker.
do you wouldn't upgrade to it?
Oh, man, I don't think it's better than this one, man. I mean, man, I just, what y'all think out there? I mean, I really like that Joker, man. Really, I really do. And to be honest, that one on Sideshow is on waitlist right now, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah. It's waitlisted,
And I waitlisted it anyway. I waitlist everything just in case I change my mind and then it
just in
pops up.
case. Yep,
Yeah.
just in case.
And I've
Yeah.
got a lot of waitlists converted over the years.
Oh man, who you telling? I've gotten a bunch of them. But yeah, you mentioned that bust or like a really big footprint in the collection. Um, this one here is 29 inches height, 16 inches wide, and 14 inches in depth, which is a pretty good footprint in the collection. But I'm
Yeah.
just like that's the best Harley bust I've ever seen, man, ever.
And now I don't know now because that Margot Robbie is that in Queen Studio or is it Infinity Studio?
I mean, I guess I'm talking about comic. That we, just comic.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
comic.
comic, yeah, absolutely comic, no doubt.
Yeah.
But that Margot Robbie bust is like a human being.
Hmm.
But you're talking about 4 grand now. It's another,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Far as movie bus, the only one that I really like is the Black Panther one. I think Queen did the Black Panther.
I did a review on that. I have that one, and
Yeah.
guess what? Under $900, man, when it came
Like
out.
still or yeah, when it came out, yeah.
When it came out, right now you
Yeah.
could probably get it on eBay for probably ship about 1,700,
Yeah.
maybe,
Mm.
and then it's got a light feature.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
So,
definitely like that.
hmm
So like what's next in the collection for you? Like what's like do you have like a vision or do you just kind of buy what you like?
man, I kind of buy what I like, and that's probably a rabbit hole that you shouldn't go down. This collecting game is expensive, so my vision is all over the place, and I know eventually I'm gonna have to start selling stuff because I like so many things. Like Black Panther is and Batman are my favorite two characters, but I'm not gonna be the guy to just collect Batman because my wife kind of complains that I have so many Batman. She was like, "Why do you have 7, 8 Batman statues? Like that makes no sense. It's this one
Yeah.
Batman." And I'm like, no, it's not one Batman. There's the Dark Knight Batman. There's the Terry McGinnis Batman. And then I try to play the
Oh
Jedi
yeah, yeah. You
Master.
can definitely justify it. You definitely could justify it.
But no, I really don't have a certain thing because I'm into so many different things. I love the '90s X-Men.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
my X-Men statues are not even unboxed because I've been so busy. So I think April I'm gonna clear everything out and get everything unboxed and do a room tour.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I want to do like Throwback Thursdays because I got some stuff that I haven't opened that'll be nice to open on a Throwback Thursday because I got some stuff and some of the stuff I have are considered grails. Like
Okay.
I have the Batman Who Laughs exclusive, right? It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
boxed. That
Man.
I mean that's ridiculously crazy, right? Right? It's still boxed. It's probably one of the best statues that ever came out.
Prime one?
Prime one.
Hey, if you need 3 grand, go ahead and let it go.
I
Somebody will
know.
buy it right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. And you know, just been busy in life. Sometimes you just don't have
Yeah.
the opportunity to just get everything cleaned out and cleared up. And then the shelving. You know, it's like, what option are you gonna go with now? You know, the garage shelving. Are you gonna go with Bestas? Are you gonna go with Cadillacs from IKEA? Or are you gonna go with module cases? Right? Those look beautiful, but they cost so much money. Right?
The cost behind the Omaji case, I don't think bothers people. I think is the wait time to get them. Because if you
Wait
really
time.
want something no different than a statue, like the cost you can get over. It's just like, okay, you know how you know those computer desks, right? Because I'm upgrading my setup, and I
Hmm.
want a stand up desk, you know, one that you can stand up, sit down in, whatever. And I could get one from Updesk, but it's gonna be about $950. Plus, I'd have to wait for it to come. Or I can go to my local furniture store, get one for half the price, and get it that same day. So that's, if all I'm saying is if they had if they had a shop in America or whatever their setup was, I think people would actually spend more money because they could get it quicker.
True. Uh, so the desk that I'm sitting in now, if you see
Hmm.
this, do you see that it's
Oh
moving?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I got this desk at IKEA and it was about 400, 450. So they got
Oh, talk
desks,
to me
man.
after the show, man. Talk to me. Talk to
Yeah,
me.
yes, sir. So I bought one and they didn't have it in black. And then when the black came available, I bought it and my wife ended up taking the white one and put it in her office. And then my
Okay.
kids use it. And dude, it gets up there, brother. Like I'm about to
Yeah.
stand up. I got to stand up, right? So
See,
the
that's
desk,
nice, man. Yeah.
the desk is right there, and I can let it down pretty low too, man. So yeah, that desk I got at IKEA. Uh, in the comment section, I'll put the link in after this, after this stream is over, because yeah, I had to go with the black one for the basement because I got mostly everything down here is like that black brown. I use mostly Vestas
Okay.
for my display now, and then I have the Kallax, and those are good for like if you want to display like helmets, like the Hasbro Star Wars helmets and things like
Yeah.
that. So I got that like in the middle of the room, under the bulkhead in my basement. So when I do my room tour, you know, I'm gonna have it where the packs are the ones though, because the packs give you 39 inches of width
Hmm.
and then you can put the shelves because they're really used for closets. But
Yeah.
with the shelving being so long, they can bow, right? So I've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
seeing YouTubers go to Home Depot and they get those brackets that you would normally use uh, to hang the brackets for like shelves, and they
Yeah.
put them on the lip of the shelf on both sides, and that reinforces it, and it makes it like quadruple the strength of the regular shelf. So the only thing is everybody's hip, and they never have it in stock.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I've really noticed. That's why when I was going to Home Depot, I had to make a trip to IKEA because it was like Home Depot was just it was empty, you know what I mean? And it's crazy with the hobby, the things I've seen myself and other collectors do. Like for example, I always have a measuring tape now. I always have a, you know, one of these. I always got
Yeah.
a makeup brush now. I never had a makeup brush before, man, but I always got a makeup brush now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
hey, I ain't gonna. I
Walking
asked. I
around with
said,
a
"Hey,
makeup, bro.
you got an extra makeup brush you don't need?"
Yeah. I ain't gonna tell. I'm never telling my wife that I'm gonna use a makeup brush on the statue. She'll probably hit me in my mouth, man. Look, I got a video, and I was gonna use it for one of my videos for unboxing. So a box comes from FedEx, and the Ring camera catches my wife, and she's trying to get this big box. She was like, "This mother," and I'm watching it, just cracking up. And she's dragging it in the house because I'm at work, and and it's funny because she's always complaining about this thing, but when company comes over and I have like my stuff kind of organized, she's always like, "You need to see my husband's basement," right? So it's like, deep down inside, you really like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. We had a guy come over, because the way my basement is set up, it's kind of sectioned off into four parts. We just moved in about a year ago, by the way, had to do renovations and stuff. It was nothing but brick down here in the basement. So three out of the four parts are fully finished. And we had somebody come about a month ago to give us an estimate on the fourth part of what to do there. And the guy was like, "Yo, is this like the?" He's like, he asked her, he's like, "Is this the kids' room?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Nah, nah, man, it's my fiance's stuff." And I
Yeah.
always get kind of like weary, like when people come, like what are they gonna think? What's the reaction gonna be? You know what I mean? And I'm paranoid. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, yeah, let me use the same handyman because like I don't want the other guy to come and try to rob me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
I've
paranoid,
had
man.
those thoughts. I've had those thoughts, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people, when I have that same kind of thing, because I like to get my duct work cleaned like every other year, and they
Hmm.
come down, and two things I get paranoid about is one, don't bump into anything.
Yeah.
I've definitely dropped some polystone, and I don't have carpet on my floors in my basement. I have wood look tile, and you drop polystone on some hard like concrete, and it's pretty much over with, unless
Yeah.
you
It's
get
over.
lucky and get a clean break somewhere, and you can glue it back together. And I've had to do that quite a few times. And so people coming down and bumping into things, and then that other thing, like you said, you don't want to get robbed because people look at your collection, they be like, "This got to be worth some money." And next thing you
Yeah.
know, they casing you out. But I mean, I got cameras everywhere, and I don't think nobody want to try me. Like.
Yeah, man. It was crazy because um like when I very first learned about Sideshow, right? This was like originally when I'm doing games and I'm thinking about, like far as this other channel I had before I started this channel. And I used to think it all the time, but I was like, nah, I think I'm cool, man, cuz like I had a cop next door to me, right? And
Yeah,
then on the other side of me, I had a detentions officer. So I was like, no, I'm cool, man. Like he come
yeah,
home. I'm like, he come home with his squad car. She come home with her squad car. I'm good. Ain't nobody
yeah.
messing with me here.
No, they staying off that block. Yeah,
But we moved and everything, so now I'll be like, at first people kind of joked, "Oh, you live next to a cop." I'm like, dude, like, she's a cop, but in all reality, she's a cop and he's a officer, a detention officer. Man, they're the nicest people ever, man. I know like a law enforcement get bad raps, which like she be outside cooking, giving you barbecue tips and things like that. It's like she's just a cool lady, man. There she law
normal.
enforcement, but she's a cool lady.
But like I say, doing this 20 years, sometimes you get looks and people look at you like you're a robot or you're not like a regular human being. And you just have to have that conversation, like an icebreaker. And then they
Yeah.
like, oh, this dude is like super normal. Like when I was a young rookie, I had my hair long and I
Hmm.
had braids, and guys would be like gambling on the street, and it's a petty crime, so you can give people a break for that stuff. You just want them to kind of clear it out. So I used to come on the scene and I say, hey, if anybody can beat me in a rap battle, I'll let everybody go, and they be like, oh man, it's on, man, you about to lose. And I said, look, no holds barred. I won't hold anything against you what you say, but if you lose, y'all got to go, man. Y'all getting charged with the gambling. And they be like, oh man, this ain't nothing. This easy. Then I say, but here's the stipulation. You got to go first. And then they'll go.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And then I get to hitting them with that twister, and like freestyling, coming through the front door with the football. And they be like, oh, no. And then they turn around and put their hands behind their back, right? And then I'd be like, look, y'all a break anyway. But here's the deal. You in front of other people's houses, man. Disrespect them. If you're gonna do something like that, won't you go in the backyard or go in a basement? Don't do it in front of somebody else's house and be disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then when you have that icebreaker, and when they see you, they salute you, and they're like, "Man, that dude is fair," And then you don't have those problems. So those are icebreakers that I've used throughout my career, and that's why people say you look young with 20 years, because I don't let it stress me, and I try to be as fair as possible. You know.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Looks like Keisa says, "I wish I lived next to a cop. My collection will be extra protected." Um, he says, "What year were you a rookie?"
2001, I came on the street in '02. So I actually was in training when 9/11 happened. So that was
Oh
at the
wow.
height of police love. Like 9/11, man, we could do no wrong. Everybody just loved the police and the military, and I was in both. And I almost got deployed actually, but that was a weird time because I was in training, and I thought we were going out in the street. I'm like, what are we gonna do? We have no weapons. We're like 2 weeks in. It was a weird time to sit there and watch that on
But
the screen.
you were in Chicago though, right?
I was in Chicago, but I mean, quite frankly, if you see the towers go down to New York, and then
Yeah.
they talk about the Pentagon, you're thinking about the Sears Tower, what they call the Willis Tower now. But we're like, we're thinking in our mind, this is about to happen,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because two towers go down, they hit the Pentagon, and we're just sitting there like waiting for Sears Tower to get hit. That was the weirdest time.
Man, that's crazy. Especially to be a rookie too. Like, oh man, this is
Man, man, a baby. I had a jogging suit on. That's how early in training we were.
man, dude. Yeah, like I said, I used to work with the Veterans Affairs of America, and you listen to some of the old vets talk about their stories and their time in Vietnam, um, in the Korean War and stuff, and it was just like some of the stuff they be telling you. A lot of it
Yeah.
be kind of funny and stuff. They be talking about old memories they had and stuff. And
Hmm.
this one dude was like, "Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's probably a little Andy and little Rachel out there somewhere." He's like, "Well," he like, "But I don't know."
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Yeah, yeah. That remind me of the what's that? Full Metal Jacket, or
Full
what's
Metal
the movie?
Jacket.
Is that Full Metal Jacket, or when they went
Yeah, yeah,
over there and they had the Korean lady and she was
yeah,
like, "I love you long time." Is that it?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the real man. I actually met. I had some people in my family that was married to guys in Vietnam, and some of them guys, man, they didn't come back right, man.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, that's crazy, man. Honestly, man, like I remember that I was in I was in school when that happened, and as a kid, it's like everything stopped. Like everything stopped. Like they didn't care about class. Um, you didn't know what was going on as a kid. Um, you seen what do you call 'em? Army reserves? Like all the adults that was in the reserves, they got called like because they didn't know. Hey, we don't know how many people we gonna need or not need or whatever, and it was just a crazy time. As an adult, you would have knew what was going on. Like I said, as a kid, you really didn't know what was going on, and it's crazy, man. But that's one of the best things about like where you do live at and stuff is just having like, cause think about it, man. Like we got so much freedoms over here in America, to where it's like, dude, in other countries and stuff like that, like even if you look at like certain parts of like Asia and stuff, it's like I'll be hearing stuff like video games where there's laws to where like they can only play games 2 hours a day. And it's kids who actually like do YouTube, for example, where their channels are video games and like, hey, you just gotta have 2 hours a day, bro, and you gotta get off because like that's the
Yeah,
law,
yeah,
and it's crazy.
man. I can never complain about this country. It's a lot of things, and you know what? With any entity, with anything in life, there's always going to be room for improvement. But
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else but this country right now, to be honest. I mean, we have laws that protect First Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights. Those are important things, and people sometimes take it for granted how good we do have it, right?
yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna say some kind of controversial. It ain't really controversial. I'm just speaking my mind right now. So
Okay,
first of all, man, shout out Black History Month. I'm gonna say that right now. Second of all,
absolutely.
a lot of people always be like, oh man, you know what I mean, like F America, you know what I'm saying? We was from Africa and stuff like that. It's like, Brand, let's keep it real, bro. Right now, today, you really going back to Africa. Like you really about to go back to Africa right now, and not like to live. And I'm not saying like anything is wrong with that, because I do feel like two places everybody should go to in their life. Number one, you definitely should go to New Orleans as a uh, ethical place. I feel like in America, you should definitely go to New Orleans. And outside of America, you should definitely visit Africa. If you ever get the chance to go, go.
Absolutely. I want to visit Egypt, right?
Oh, hands down, bro. Hands down.
You know, I want to
Hands
visit
down.
Egypt. And there's a lot of, some people call Egypt the Middle East, but Egypt is in Africa. And that's
Yeah.
just a fact. It's just a fact. It's a geological fact. You can't go on the map and see, it's there. But it's there. And, I think we all, if you into the Bible, I am, Babylon. we come from one place, but then we were spread all across the world to populate the world over. And we all have different cultures. We all have different backgrounds, and I think we should just embrace it. Now, me, I'm half Puerto Rican. I'm half African, right? African American, black, whatever you want to call it. But I'm proud of who I am,
Yeah.
and I embrace all cultures, and I'm good with that. And am I the original man or fighting over that? I'm not. I'm a man that want to spread love, that want to have peace, that want to meet people in the collecting community uh, from all over the globe, and I think we need to stop being like grandiose of who we are, and just be comfortable in being a loving person, you know, and and sharing your culture with other people, and that's what I think, man. Like we have to get past all that. We in 2022.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And like that's the one thing I do like about the collecting community is like, we all just having a good time, man, and just like it's just everybody's just having a good time, man. The hell Aiden says lots of Rican in Chi-Town. You drink Malta Fatal.
I don't drink, man. I drink mostly water. Be honest with you, I like Dr. Pepper every now and then, and sometimes my wife and I like to have red wine, and I have to watch Lifetime movies with her.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, you know what's crazy? So my mom passed away about a year and a half ago, right? We would always watch like Lifetime movies on Friday nights. I'm like, man, this movie is cheesy. This is girly.
trash.
But when you look back on it, man, you cherish those moments. So like, just have a good time
Absolutely.
with your red wine. Spend a little hour and a half with your wife, and I mean, the
Yep.
girl comes in town. She meets the guy that she thinks is hot. You know what? I mean, just enjoy the movie, man. You know what
Dude,
I'm saying?
and that's how you keep your wife off your back, guys. When it comes to this collecting, it's a
Yeah.
give and take. And
Yep.
and my wife is not materialistic. She don't care about me buying her material things. If I sit there and let her lay her head on my chest, watch a Lifetime movie, oh man, that is $1 million. That's $1 million, you know. But Lifetime movies are trash. A lot of them. But sometimes they get really good. But it's like
Yeah.
the plots are always the same. And it's like, really? Like
It's
you didn't know
always
that
like
dude was a
a
killer?
or then the holiday time ones are all the same. All like somebody used to live here, they coming back. Or there's a new guy in town. It's just like, come on, Lifetime.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
don't even
it's
be
corny.
trying no more.
Yeah, Lifetime and Hallmark. You watch the Hallmark channel?
Hallmark, yep.
Yeah,
Hallmark.
Lifetime 2.0. That's all that is.
Pretty much, because they be some of the same actors that be coming from Lifetime over the Hallmark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Crazy, man.
yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. Who is your favorite superhero?
Well, Batman is not really considered a superhero, but he's
Right.
numero uno. Um, I really like Superman, so he's a superhero. So I would
Mm-hmm.
say Superman if we're talking superheroes.
Yep.
It's definitely Superman. And I mean, just grew up on him. I'm a big Christopher Reeves fan. I really loved that movie when I was a kid. When I look at his face, that's Superman for me. Christopher Reeve. So I'm really considering that sideshow piece. I don't know how great it is though.
Hold on. What piece do they have?
They have a premium format like a Christopher Reeves statue.
Oh, they
Yeah,
do.
I don't know if it released yet.
And it's being made by Slideshow.
I think it's sideshow, and but
Okay.
I'm kind of iffy on the sculpt on that
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah. I see what you're talking
But it
about.
looks good. It looks good, but I don't like. Here we go. Like what you say, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
man. Let me see if I can bring up the face.
I think it looks good.
It's definitely this is definitely Christopher Reeves for sure though. They got the suit spot on. Fabric cape.
Yeah. What you think about the price on it? What's the price on that one?
I think 590. I don't think the
You
price
see
is too
that?
bad.
No, that
Yeah.
price is actually excellent. Think about that, man. Because statues, 1 for us. like XMs, theirs are like 1,200. For a
Yeah,
lot of them now.
yeah, yeah.
It's getting real high, man. But it looks like the shipping prices are starting to come down just a tad bit.
Just a tad, yeah, just a tad.
Yeah,
Just a tad,
just a
man.
tad.
Did that stop you from buying anything over the course of the pandemic?
No,
No.
no, no. It costs me
Yeah.
to have to work overtime.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like if you really want something, you gonna find a way, you know what I mean? Even if it's a payment plan or something.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, for me, I just have to slow down, bro. I just have to slow down because, like, people don't understand. Like, if you say, like, $100 for Superman, $100 for Batman on the payment plan, that's $200 now. So people don't understand, like, that adds up. And I think that's how they get us because it's like, okay, like, I got those two, that's only 200, so I now can add another three. Now you have 500. And it's just like, that adds up.
yeah, yeah. But the other alternative is just to put the down payment, and then when it releases, you got to pay it all. And I gotta hit up Todd to pay out this 1/4 scale apocalypse that's about to drop, and he hit me with the PayPal invoice, and I'm like, man, I should have put that on the payment plan. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's
Yeah.
all at once, you know. So that's the other caveat, and it's this: is it that you go and say, okay, I see this one, and I'm not even going to pre-order it. I'm going to stack the paper, and then when it drops, I'm going to buy it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do
That's
that.
another option. However, if you would have done that with the white suit Scarlett Johansson from is that XM or Queen? Is that XM?
Queen, I
The
think. I
the
think
the one
Queen.
the 1/4 scale.
Yeah.
It's on wait list on SpecFiction shop already. So if you wanted to wait, you dead in the water because they're only making a certain amount of that, right? So if you
Yeah.
don't go and cop it, you toast. And that's the biggest part about collecting. That do I buy this right now or do I wait? And then if I wait and I miss out, and then it becomes a grail, then you salty.
Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so space, right? So we have space, we have money, and we have what are you interested in? Those are three things no collector can get around. Some of us
Yep.
have more money than others. Some of us have bigger houses or smaller houses. But it's also like if you see something you really like and you know you don't have the space for it, do you still collect it? Because one day you may move. So like it's kind of like what do you do? If you really want that Harley Quinn, but you have no room for that Harley Quinn, are you still going to get it and you'll figure it out later?
I think if you really, really, really want it, you do that. And then now I'm Fatal the Collector for a reason. But sometimes you have to sell, right? So if there's something that you really, 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 really want, you can always sell it on the aftermarket and try to get your money back and hold on to it, right? But if it's this itching at you, right? And you might have to get rid of something that you might not like as much to make room for it because you may regret it. Because there's some statues that, quite frankly, I missed out on. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, the Sentinel dioramas, right? I got one of them, but I'm like, should I pull the trigger on two and three? I got a lot of the proximity pieces, but I missed out on Professor X. You can't hardly find them, and then when you do, they want $500 and $600 for this small 1/10 scale figure, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I should have bought that in the beginning when it was 175. Now I
Yeah.
regret it. So if you really want it, you can always sell it, and sometimes you might end up with more money. You know what I mean? You might end up making a little profit.
Yeah, yeah, I get that completely. I mean, it's hard sometimes. I mean, looks like Keisha's is saying, get it. I mean, it's tough because like you want to collect what you actually like. You know what I'm saying? What you love, what you really want. And in a perfect world, everything you collect with honesty, you collect it, you unbox it, you put it, on the display shelf, and you move on. But obviously sometimes that's not the case. And like I kind of at first I said I embrace when there's no more room, right? I said I'm gonna embrace it. There's gonna be no more room. But now I'm scared, right? Because PCS Collectibles has a WWE line. WWE was a big part of childhood. Like, I mean, I
Big
don't
part,
care if it's Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Booker T, Triple H, whoever.
man.
There's only 7 of them out. Ric Flair is the only
Yeah,
one that's sold out. You
dude,
got to get Ric Flair
missed
in the
it.
aftermarket.
Regret it. Regret it.
That's what I'm saying.
Big
So
time.
right now, The Rock just went waitlisted. So
Got
now
him.
in my
I
mind, I'm
got
like, I
him.
have to. Oh, you got it?
I got the Rock. I got him a long time ago because when I saw Ric Flair sell out, I knew it. And then he got two scopes, man. Like this dude
Yeah,
got a full torso where he can have the hair or the bald head. And when I saw Ric Flair sell out, I was salty.
yeah,
Could have had the exclusive, and it sat there for quite a while. And now I'm
yeah,
salty because Ric Flair going for two stacks. I'm not paying 2 G's for that. I can't.
yeah. Most definitely, man. Um, I just kind of feel like right now I would get the Undertaker and Stone
SummerSlam,
Cold. Yeah,
SummerSlam, Undertaker. Yeah,
yeah.
and Stone Cold.
Just
And that Hulk Hogan, I don't know. I think it's another one out there that's a 1/4 made by somebody else that look a little better.
yeah, the Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, I'm not too keen on. But that Stone Cold, I gotta have that Stone Cold, man.
So go back to like collect what you love, right?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite wrestler growing up was the Ultimate Warrior.
They
So
got
that was
that
the
one.
first PCS that I bought. Now they re-released him because he was sold out. Because now it shows pre-order again.
They did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have that one. That was my first one. Now I want a Bret Hart. So Bret Hart was my second favorite wrestler. And if when like he's the guy when he drops day one because I know I Bret Hart and Ultimate Warrior my favorite wrestlers. Now,
Hmm.
other than that, after that it would probably be some off guy brand that people don't really like is Tatanka. Like that was like one of my favorite wrestlers. If
Yeah,
they drop Tatanka, most people won't get him. He probably will sit around for a while, but I'd get him because he
yeah.
was one of my favorite wrestlers. But
So So out that line, there's only 7 of them, and only like I said, only one sold out is Ric Flair. Only one waitlisted is The Rock. Do you feel like out those 7, you would have to have them all because that's the line, or you feel like no, if I don't like, let's say Hulk Hogan for example, not the statue, but him as a wrestler. If I'm not a Hulk Hogan fan, I'm just not getting that one. I don't care about completing the line.
if I'm just not a fan of a guy in wrestling, I'm not getting it.
Okay, now to take it a step further, let's say Ultimate Warrior. Somebody never saw him wrestle. Somebody never saw his YouTube highlights or his anything, but they really like that statue. They like his face paint. They like his his outfit. What do you think then? Would you still get
You
it?
you still get it because the Ultimate Warrior is an ultimate legend, right? That's not you're not paying just for my favorite wrestler. You're paying for one. You're paying for one of the all-time greatest entertainment wrestlers that ever been, right?
Hmm.
And then it's gonna make you. What it's gonna make you do is go study, right? And it's gonna make you
Yeah,
go back and watch when wrestling because this wrestling that I'm watching now, I'm not really a big fan of. But when you go back and you see this guy, you like, man, these dudes was off the chain, right? And it's
oh man, hands
nostalgic.
down. Yeah, hands down, man. Like, it's crazy because like I'm actually pulling them up now, and when I look at them here, like look at the prices, man. 585 for Ultimate Warrior.
Great
Macho
price.
Man Randy Savage is 655.
Yeah. It's
Hulk is
crazy that we're saying
655.
$500 something dollars is a great price, but it is. Because guess what? That's more than the Xbox X. That's more than the PS5, man.
Right.
Right?
I mean, dude, Stone Cold is the cheapest one at 605. He the
Stone
cheapest one at
Cold looks nice.
605.
What I wish
Or
they would
no,
have did
Ultimate
is gave
Warrior
him beer
is.
cans. I wish they would have gave him beer cans, though. If he would have
Hey,
had beer cans,
Look at that, man. I mean, look
It's
at
dope.
that.
It's dope.
That's crazy, man.
It's dope.
I'm
But
like, I gotta have Stone Cold. I
two
gotta
things I
have Stone
wanted with
Cold.
him. I wanted beer cans and I wanted a middle finger. If that would have had a middle finger,
Yeah.
it'd probably be waitlisted. If he'd have had the double middle fingers, it'd probably be waitlisted.
Okay, I could see them not doing that due to licensing, but I do agree with the beer cans.
But if he did it for real, what's the licensing problem, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All he had to do was like blur out the pictures, like when you got a hot toy to come out and they blur out the
Mhm.
face, blur out the
Yeah.
hands, and then put in the description the flipping fingers or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
dude, I think it'd be waitlisted right now because that's what you know about Stone Cold, those beer cans and the middle fingers. But it's still a dope statue though.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And these are some that I won't have room for most likely. But I told her, my fiance, I'm like, this is my childhood. Like I gotta get these. Like these is ones I'd appreciate. And like if I gotta make room, I'll find a way to make room for something like this.
Yeah, I'll buy that Daredevil from you. You can put him right there.
Oh, this man.
That's another one I slept on. I watched it sit there on Sideshow, and
Yeah.
I'm like, do I like it better than Sideshows? Then it went on wait list. I was like, I regret it now,
Yeah. And
$1,700.
I got the Daredevil Spider-Man art print right there. You know.
Man, dude,
Yep.
that Daredevil was so cold blooded, man.
Yeah.
And the Sideshow one came available for 600 shipped from Mr. X. But I
Mhm.
sent him an email too late when he did the video. Woke up in the morning, he was doing the sale. He was like, "It's already gone." 600 shipped for the Sideshow Daredevil, the one where he's like on the top of that window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have any Daredevils in my collection.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I didn't really care. Like, I think the XM one isn't bad, right? XM one isn't bad. I didn't really care for sideshows. Well, I mean, I just feel like Iron Studios was the best Daredevil.
It's
Side
definitely the best one. Yeah,
Sideshow has a nice Daredevil bust that I really like. I like the bust that they made. It seemed like they made a lot of good busts back then. Like that Captain America bust is good. Uh, Green Lantern bust they had is pretty good. A lot of stuff that I wish they was making now, so I could have some. But that's why I feel like
hmm
depending on when you get into the hobby, is like you can tell who's been collecting for a while and who hasn't based on like for example like Arch in the chat. Arch has some collectibles I would definitely want to get. Like he has Namor from XM Studios. That's another one I would have loved to have is Namor.
you can
But
still get that one though, but you can still get it.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Can still make. I mean, I already know I can make it happen, but it's all good. It's
He
not one of those
available
where.
in a couple of places, but I don't know how many left. So I don't think we're gonna put that out there right now because you might because that's my thing. Like we do these channels, right? And we tell people, go get this, man, this is dope. And then they go get it, and then you don't. You're like, dang, I should have told everybody.
And it's funny because there was one time I was about to let something slip. And I'm like, hold on now. I gotta make sure I secure mine first, guys. We
Yeah.
don't
Like,
come
I
back
got
to
man.
this.
There's one more left, better go cop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is, man. That's how it is. It's crazy. Like Sideshow Seconds, right? Sideshow Seconds, and shout out Ramon. I'm not sure if you're still watching, but I really want the Sideshow Scarlet Witch, and I had checked it out from the time they revealed it. I like the colors on her, the bass, the power effect, everything on it. I loved, and haven't been able to afford it at this point. I'm gonna probably pick it up next month. And they've had it for extra, actually $100 off on Sideshow Seconds. I'm like, oh, cool. For $100, I could pull the trigger now, no big deal.
Yeah.
Three times. Every single time is miss me. People be on Sideshow Seconds like
Yep.
refresh. I'm like, damn, y'all quick. Y'all
Man,
is
they quick.
quick.
They bots, man. It's bots.
Yeah.
I
Did
ended
you
up getting a Size Ventress on there for Size So Seconds.
Massage Ventures? Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was about
Okay.
120 off. Yeah.
How was the box that you received? Was the box damaged or anything?
It wasn't that bad, man. Like it was damaged, but it wasn't that bad. You know, the statue was fine. So I mean, boxes are cool, but for me, like the art box, I'm never gonna display that, right?
Hmm.
I think the boxes is more for the protection if you ever want to sell it. I'll be honest with you, if statue collecting meant that you could not sell, but then again, you might have to move. But I would, man, these boxes are the worst part of statue collecting.
Hey man, I, I don't know what to say on that part. I mean, it's the part of collecting that makes you be like your significant other really will look at you after a while. Like, all right, the hobby is one thing, but now we got all these damn boxes around. So I hope you got a garage or a crawl space or an attic or just uh, hell a shed in the backyard. I don't know, man. Like something.
I, man, look, in my city in Chicago, the lots in my neighborhood we got kind of like one and a half or double lots. I could put a shed back there, but then it make your backyard ugly, right?
Yeah,
And now the wife like, we got a storage shed for some boxes. Are you kidding me, dude? You
yeah,
built that? Like, so
yeah.
I've been using public storage, man,
Okay.
for my boxes. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't been getting damaged. So, and I've done that for years, but it's expensive when you think about like, dude, you're actually paying to store boxes, but you have to kind of justify it because if you got a love for the hobby, you got to put the boxes somewhere, and you can't clutter up your house with it. So it's a give and take with this.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna get right back to the storage. But you did get a size of interest. So
Hmm.
when you look at a size of interest next to Sidious and Vader, I gotta ask you this question, all right? And this was controversial. How do you feel about the Flaming Saber?
Ooh, you know, it's a cool little exclusive. Um, but these mythos lines are kind of like something that is what could happen or type thing. So you don't have to
Okay.
display it like that. It's just a bonus. But I think that statue for the price that it is and how dynamic it is, it's worth it. So I don't even really care.
Yeah,
It's just like an
650.
extra little bonus. And then what is it
Yeah,
without? If you don't get the exclusive,
630.
$20. Yeah, $20. Man,
Yeah,
dude, you ain't going to McDonald's for $20 these days. So you might as well
yeah.
get the exclusive, right?
Hey, and then
Um,
I always say buy exclusive because if you ever gotta sell it, that's just gonna help you to sell it quicker.
Definitely, because the ES gonna be smaller. People
Yeah,
for some ES is important, right?
yeah. Oh,
I'd
for
rather buy
sure.
a statue that's 500 or less than one that's 5,000 or more all day long, every day. Because now I feel like that I got something that's extremely special, you
Hmm.
know, and rare, and to have that in your collection, like just say I'm only one of 500 people in the entire universe that has this statue. That's really dope in my opinion, right?
Nah, dude. It really is because like it's even like like I even started looking at that with art prints. I'm like, dude, you know what's crazy? I got this Spider-Man art print, and only 250 other people may have it in their house. And like you kind of take pride in that to know like ain't nobody else really gonna be like showing this on they
Yeah,
channel or whatever. Like you take pride in that, you know?
and not 250 at your job, not
Yeah,
250 in your neighborhood, 250 in the entire universe,
right. In the
all
entire universe.
every other Earth, you know, Mars, yeah, Earth 23, everywhere. That's it, and it's unique, you know.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So rolling back around to the storage units, how much is too much for a storage unit? Because a lot of collectors have this problem, like where they don't have garages or they have two cars to where like they don't have room for the boxes because they have cars.
Well, I, how I put it in my mind is okay. So it's part of your mortgage, right? It's
Yeah.
an extension of your home. So I think like maybe over $200, you're starting to get too much. But like if you want a storage unit, like I got one that's because I like to have room in my storage room unit. I don't want to walk in there like I'm stacking stuff and I can't get in there and navigate.
Yeah.
So I got one that's 10 by 30. So I can go in there. Man, if I want to just chill in my storage room and bring a sandwich and then look for the boxes that I need, if I want to sell something, then I can navigate through there without a big problem. So I like to get my storage unit oversized, but you got to shop around, right? And then sometimes storage units will go up. Like I've played the storage unit game for a while. Like they'll go up on my rent, and then in that same area, another storage unit bigger will be cheaper. And I'm like, you know what? I'm copping that, and I get it in my wife's name because they won't let you have two at the same time. And I'll just move my boxes to the next one, then close out the other unit because, and then I know I'm gonna have that rent. Now that's a lot of work, but I don't mind work. I look at it as exercise. So I shop around for the units because it's nothing but mostly boxes, so it's not heavy. So you shop around, and then you can save money by like with the insurance. If you got homeowners insurance, you don't have to pay for their insurance, so you can save money there too.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
they
Cause
they never tell you that though. But all you have to
mm,
do is get your writer for your insurance and give them a copy, and then your stuff is insured through your homeowners.
that's real good
Yeah,
to know on that one. Yeah, that's real good to
yeah,
know. Cause that's a lot of people other questions. Well, what if it's not fire protected? What if it's like not flood protected? So that's good to know there that you can just kind of tack it on there and kind of like a double whammy. But like, so speaking on space as well as price, like when do you know when you have to leave from one storage unit to the next? Is it based on reputation? Like how do you know that? How do you know your boxes are safe there? Because even though the boxes aren't really worth anything, they kind of are in case you ever move to a different state, in case you ever do sell. You need
yeah.
that box.
So, in my opinion, and if I'm telling somebody what to do with storage, just check on your stuff all the time, right? Go there once a week, check on it. You know what I'm saying? Put two locks on there. Uh, put two locks because most storage places have two locks, and it's still a gamble, man. I mean, nothing is secure, man. Like we don't have steel enforced doors even on our own homes. If somebody wanted to come
Yeah,
up in here, you got to do the best you can. But you got to remember, man, you protecting it because you bought it.
yep,
You storing the boxes just in case you have to sell it, but even to keep its value. But at the end of the day, if something happened to it, it's better than something happening to you. And it you can't make idols out of these things. So if you lose it,
yeah, yeah.
you just got to kind of move on, man. Shed a tear and keep it moving, right? Right.
No, I
Uh,
mean, all just aside, that's true. When it comes to the staff that works there, because like I've only been to one storage unit myself, and it was, my grandma was putting her car in there while
mhm.
she went on vacation, or whatever, and I know there was it was like gated, and then obviously in the up front it would have had some, like the workers there. So unless you have a passcode, in this one you weren't able to go in. So technically, if you weren't there already, you shouldn't have access. Does like how often do the staff actually like do the staff ever go inside of your unit, or they're not supposed to because it's
Now
already paid for?
they cannot go in your unit. So the only time staff will ever go in your unit is they cutting your locks because you haven't paid the rent,
You haven't paid,
and
okay.
then they're gonna sell everything in there after a certain amount of days. So
Oh,
and
so that's
then
how
when
Storage Wars works, huh?
yeah, man, and that they sell your they sell it, you know, and that's as simple
Man,
as that. And they auction it. That's what they do.
wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did not know
but
that the TV show was real like that.
yeah, ultimate goal for me though is like like I could retire in the house that I'm in now, but I don't know if I'm gonna retire in my city. My ultimate goal is to get like a house that's built on a nice size land, and I will build a custom shed that's waterproof, everything, and then I can go in there and it's climate controlled and all of that. Because that's a big thing too. Because what if you got
Yeah,
statues that you haven't unboxed and you put them in the garage? Now I tell you, I've had some statues that I set in the garage all through the winter, and then I unboxed it, and there was nothing wrong with it at all. And I think a lot of us think, oh, it's gonna get damaged, but it's not like it's sitting out in the elements. It's still in styrofoam. It's still boxed. It's just cold, right? It's just like sitting
Yeah,
something in the refrigerator. I mean, our cars take a beating out in the weather, right? And a lot of them maintain the beauty of the paint for a lot of years out in the
yeah,
elements. So if it's in the garage and it's just cold, I mean, we got to talk about Siberia below 50 if you're gonna take some polystone and it's gonna rupture because of the cold. So, uh, but you still feel good if it's climate controlled, right?
hmm,
So but that's the ultimate goal: get a house big enough, have a storage room big enough. But then you're gonna, like you said in the beginning, no matter how big your house is, no matter money, how much money you got, you're gonna run out of space because the more space you got, the more you're gonna use. The more money you got, the more problems you're gonna have. It's more money, more problems, man. You're gonna spend the money. It's just the way it is. That's what
yeah,
statue
yeah.
collector did.
No doubt, man. Is there any statue that you wish you could go back and get? Is there any one statue that you missed out on that you like, man? And it could be any statue. It doesn't necessarily have to be a grill or one that's worth four times as much now.
Well, I've been looking for them, man. I just got uh the 1/3 scale PCS Scorpion because I've been had the reptile and the Sub Zero, and I finally got the Scorpion. Right, so I chopped that off. The premium format Aquaman exclusive, I just chopped that one off. And the crazy part, I paid that one off with Sideshow, and they couldn't fulfill the order. So I was crushed. I had to pay a little bit more. Uh, but
They couldn't fulfill the order,
they said they didn't have it. They was out.
but they took the money.
On the last payment, they said sorry, and they gave my money back.
Wow, man, that's
So,
heartbreaking, man.
oh man, I give you another heartbreaking story. But the one that I really really wanted, and the same thing happened, heartbreaking, right? The 1/6 scale Blitzway Ecto One. I paid it off. Same thing with Sideshow, right? They said they couldn't fulfill the order because it was broke, and then that thing was 1350. That car is about 46 inches. It's on eBay now for 5,500.
Wow.
And they teased an afterlife version of it, but then they stopped talking about it. They teased it in December. But man, dude, that one hurt me, and I was so mad. And then one that hit me was one of the best face scopes in Hot Toys history is the Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. Paid it off, it shipped, and I was not at home. My wife wasn't at home, so they sent it to the local pickup, the UPS access point. I didn't check. I didn't see it in my email. They shipped it back. It had sold out. They resold it. Oh man! As soon as that happened, Yondu was going for $500 on eBay. Best space scope in probably in Hot Toys history, right? Those are some things that
Man,
happen in this game. But as far as a statue, but that Blitzway, man, I really want it. I want it. I want it.
man,
I
that's
want it
crazy,
bad.
dude.
I
That's
want it bad.
crazy.
And those things happen to you. That's why, and it's probably because I jumped on it late. And that goes back to what we talked about earlier. It's like, man, if you look at something and you want it, it's nostalgic to you, do it, right? But
Yeah,
don't do it at the expense of your finances, though, because you can get
yeah.
in trouble.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no doubt, man. You definitely can. I'm actually learning that the hard way in terms of being responsible and just making sure you handling your responsibilities prior to your hobby and prior to stuff that at the end of the day this is important to a lot of us and it brings a lot of us happiness and it's an outlet and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, make sure you pay your lights and your gas and stuff, because you gotta have lights to see them, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have heat to stay warm while you're looking at them, and you gotta have a house, whether it's rent or mortgage or etc., to make sure you can store them. So you gotta be responsible, man. And You know, we all get wrapped up into it sometimes. So just stay, you know, stay of course a steady man, and everything will be all right. Um, so hey, I'm gonna show something real quick because like I keep getting this, man. And shout out Astro, but
Yeah.
they were saying that this let me bring this up real quick. This picture, right? This picture looked like we posing for GQ magazine.
Yeah, actually, that was at my vow renewal. After I got
Okay.
to 10 years, and my wife and I were staring at each other from where we were at, and they caught it. It was just a candid moment, and I thought that
Oh
picture was
man,
pretty cool. You know,
nice,
looking at
nice.
my queen, man.
Hey, I hear you, bro. I hear you,
Now I'm
man.
looking
I
at
hear you.
cash though, so I don't know.
Hey, dude. All I was trying to do was match the photo you sent. That's all I was
Hey,
trying to
it
do.
is. Hey, we Geminis, man. Hey,
Hey.
2022's 2022's dual cover sexiest men alive cover.
Oh man. Oh man. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you.
God. That's funny. GQ.
Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt, man. Yeah, this like you know one thing I did learn because I used to go to work and you know used to pretty much wear whatever and stuff like that. And one day just started wearing business casual, and then I started like man, it used to be cool wearing the business casual, man. You know, putting
Hmm.
on my pants, my slacks, my shirt, throw a tie on here and there, my Stacy Adams or whatever you got on.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. Make you feel like a whole different person. Make you feel you know feel good. You know what I mean? Like I'm not having to wear a you know regular white shirt. So it was always cool to switch it up, and especially then you know being in the gym every day, you working out, you getting in shape, and you like oh man I could fit into this. Like it just made you feel like Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that was always cool for me, man. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up, man, because people was like, man, that's y'all look like some GQ, man.
Hey, that's all good, man. That's all good.
All right, Luke, that's
Yeah.
funny.
What do you say?
He said
Q
cute
cup.
couple. Look like we going to prom. All right, y'all funny, man.
Ah.
Steve Harvey. All
Hey,
right, y'all.
I don't do the Steve Harvey suits, man. The big pants. Nah.
Nah, nah.
No,
Hey, you know
man.
what they say, man? It ain't skinny jeans if it's just fitting. So if it just fit, it just fit, man. Whatever.
Actually, Steve Harvey starting to wear the smaller stuff. His wife got on him because he used to wear them big,
Yeah,
the bell bottom type of dress pants. His wife was like,
man.
"No, I got to change this up."
Yeah, man. Gotta shrink them a little bit, man. Definitely. But hey,
Yeah.
man. So like one of the questions that I always like to ask is, you know, it's a question about you know the community, and I think we kind of already touched on it. But is there anything that you would ever want to get off your chest about the community, whether it's the comments you see, whether it's you know YouTube comments, the backlash of certain characters or certain artists or the depictions of them? Is there anything that grinds your gears in our segment of Now You Know? Is there anything that you have to get off your chest?
You know what? About one thing I don't know, man. I kind of get a little, I guess, off my rocker is when I see collectors that seem like they only getting into this so they can get a huge following and make money, and then they never really keeping their statues. It's like, are you really a collector, or are you like a YouTube reviewer for statues and you really don't even like this? Because I really like this. Like, I really like doing this, right? So are you
Yeah,
collecting so you can just get a YouTube following as a collector, but you're not really a collector? I kind of get a little like, you know, and I don't want to seem like I'm hating on people who got a bunch of followers or anything like that. Because I mean, hey, get your money, do your thing, but are you
yeah,
really a collector? Do you really enjoy this? Because if this statue not staying in your collection for over 6 months, then you're not a collector. You a buyer and flipper. So you know different than the guys on eBay, right? And then you use your channel to sell it and get a little bit more money off of it. You doing this to make the money I see sometimes. And I'm like, I collect, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
collect. I like to
yeah,
enjoy
man.
it.
No, no, hey, no doubt, man, no doubt. I can even piggyback off that. I didn't really have one to say this week because I normally go as well with the guests, but I didn't really have one this week. But to piggyback off that, I see collectors, and it'll be collectors to where like you're getting the entire line or most of the line that you like, whatever. And then you'll see like a month or two goes by, and obviously as a collectors, our taste will always change. So you'll try to give like benefits of the doubts and stuff like that. But then you like, hold on, your taste changed on all of them, or you'll be like, your taste changed. It's just certain stuff that's like you said, and it's crazy because like if you didn't have a channel, you never would know these things, or if you didn't like constantly post like pictures or something like that, you would never know these things. And so it does make you kind of wonder like, are the opinions being that are actually being shared more so for viewership or more so for the love of the artist or the character? So
Hmm.
it does make you wonder sometimes, and that's why I always say if I'm reviewing something, for me, I'll do a segment called Cash Out or I Don't Know. For one, I'm never doing the Cash Out or I Don't Know for every single statue that comes out. There's either something that's A, I'm interested in, or B is a mixture of I'm interested in it, plus is hot in the community.
Hmm.
If I'm not even interested, like if I'm not a Superman fan, no matter how hot it is in the community, I'm not doing a cash out or I don't know segment on it because why? I am never gonna come on camera and force anything out. I'm not gonna sit here for 5 to 10 minutes and forcefully make a video so I can forcefully gain 200 views or however many views the video is. It's not worth my time.
Hmm.
I just want this channel to be as organic as. If it takes me 10 years to get 1,000 subscribers, that's okay.
No, no, it ain't gonna
That
take
is
you that.
okay.
You moving.
Hey, I'm
I'm
just
talking
saying.
fast. You moving, man. Like I think I might have had my channel longer than yours. I've been out here for almost a year and a half, almost 2 years. But I just don't be. I'm not pumping them out like that, right? But I'm at 127 followers. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually it's gonna get there, and I want
Yeah,
more followers because I want to share with more people, right? But I think it's a good thing you're doing with the live streaming. That's a really good idea. These interviews because you're getting to have interviews with people and you get to pick their brains, right? And I think that's really cool, right? Picking other people's brains and stuff like that. Um, but like you say, with other collectors, sometimes I think it's strictly for the growing of the channel and it's not really for the love of the game and the passion of this collecting. I really like doing it. Whether I had a channel or not, I had all this crazy stuff in my basement for years. And I
yeah,
like me, I will never do a review on nothing Lord of the Rings. Boo! I watched the movie, but I'm not collecting a Lord of the Rings statue. I'm not collecting none of that stuff that I don't like. Period. And I'm not even
hey,
gonna review it.
no doubt, man. Edwin says, "Oh Lord, don't get me started." Kisa says, "Fatal, I need that room tour and more content. I'm about to subscribe now."
Hey,
They saying,
April, because I got another part of my exam in March, and after that, man, I'm gonna be freed up. My goal
"Gotcha."
is to do about at least 3 or 4 videos a week. I want to do a Throwback Thursday because I got new stuff that I can unbox, and I don't really like unboxing videos. So if I'm doing an unbox video, I'm gonna show you the box, and then it's gonna be unboxed, and then the statue gonna be sitting right there because I'm not gonna waste your time cutting the box and
Yeah,
spitting it on the
man.
table. And I don't know why. Why am I showing you that? Because that take the fun out of you. Like if I'm showing you how to assemble it, that take the fun out of you assembling it. I don't want to take that joy away from you. I want to talk about it. The only thing about unboxing that I like, and I'll be honest with you, is the smell.
Oh man, it's crazy. I brought this up before. I'm like, yo, is it me? Or when you unbox something, is it like it's like an air freshener, man? Not the scent, but it's like you embellish that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh
It's a
damn, this is
combination.
new.
It's plastics, it's styrofoams, and then it's that fresh paint coming off that statue. Now, some guys know how to do unboxings and they know how to do it really good. but
Yeah.
sometimes they are drawn out and long, and then I find myself going like this. Okay, let's watch the statue. You
Yeah.
know, because I don't want to waste your time. Like with the live streams, you coming up with new ideas. We didn't talk about a gang of things, right? So you can sit there for 2 hours and watch that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to watch an hour long unboxing. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
dude, you're driving me bananas right now. So
And and that's the reason why with everything you do, you have to ask yourself, if I'm in reverse and I'm the viewer, what am I interested in? What's gonna keep me from saying, you know what? Oh, this channel just came on live, so now I'm gonna go to this channel, or this and that. See, for me, my whole thing is organic as possible. Let me be myself. You either like me or you don't, because I can't give you anything else but myself. I can't
hmm
fake a statue review. I can't fake an unboxing. I can't fake an interview. And I've even said it. When it comes to the interviews, I would love to have every single collector on here. However, I understand every collector can't come on here because it's like the product that you're giving is no different than WWE. If Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan was about to wrestle, oh, I know we about to be entertained, we about to get good wrestling, and you gonna go home happy. Now, for
hmm
example, if you had Ric Flair with let's say a newbie who doesn't talk, has no sportsmanship, has no crowd control, it's gonna be like, damn, can somebody get the rock in here? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of
yeah,
like that, man. We gotta have a good
yeah,
conversation for the people. I can't, I can't look at myself.
yeah. It'll be weird, but um, and you know what I think about when I started this channel? One of my first videos was actually this Hulk video, right? And I got like 1,000 views. But it was weird because I had this thing that I was gonna wear a mask for every freaking video. And I was telling people that I'll unmask myself if I get to 1,000 followers.
Oh man.
Oh man, the gimmick did not work. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do this charade anymore, man. I'm coming up out this mask. And I'm sitting up here using this fake voice, like it's Phatal The Kollector. And I'm like, this is cheesy as hell. But I'll never take the video down because I wanted to see where I came from and how stupid it
Yeah.
was for me to do it. But it still got 1,000 views, right?
Yeah.
But the videos were lame. And then like the way my camera set up, because I'm on an iPhone, a lot of my videos had those black bars on the side. And I
Yeah.
started looking at other YouTubers, and they was like, "Hey man, don't nobody want don't nobody want to see them bars, man, on the side." But sound is more important than video quality, though, right? But
Oh yeah.
I did go and buy me a camera, right?
Right.
So I got this Sony ZV-E10 camera, right?
Okay.
And like this thing gets a wide angle, so like, dude, you can see from the span, from side to side, you'll be able to see everything behind me. So like I started to use that for the videos, but it's a little more difficult when you want to use this to stream because you got to have it plugged up to a computer, and I got an old laptop and it's this slow as molasses, and you can't do it on a an iPad. Like if I could stream off an iPad with the camera, this would have I wouldn't even purchase a laptop because I do my editing on uh, just the software that Apple gives you, and that's what I use for my videos. I wanted everything to be simple and clean, but these cameras, they do make your videos look more quality. You know, it's a little more expensive, but in the long run, you want to give the viewer the best viewing experience and the best sound quality as possible. So that's important for me moving forward. I can't hear you.
Yeah, that's why I was
There
worried
you go.
about. That's why I was worried about my lighting, and obviously with my other with my other monitor on, my lighting is a little bit better now than when before we went live. So it's okay for now. But I can't
Yeah.
wait to get that done because it's like you always thinking in the back of your head, what would I want to see? I would want to see something better. You know what I mean? I would want to make everything the best it could possibly be. So just to ask you, when you are watching something, and even if it's not collecting in the collecting realm, even if it's like, hey, how to make meatloaf or how to make beef fried rice or whatever you like to eat, like what makes you gravitate to that content creator? Like, what keeps you to say, you know what? I'm gonna check out another video.
Okay. I guess it's charisma. Like, when I first started coming on YouTube, it was all about working out for me, right? So I was heavy on Mike Jones and the Haas twins, and they all got hella charisma. Now, in the beginning, their videos, the video quality was pretty trash, but the content was amazing and they were
Hmm.
funny. Like Mike Jones, or is it Mike Jones? Chris Jones. I'm sorry, Chris Jones. Physiques of Greatness, and then the Haas twins when they were TMW, Twin Muscle Workout. That
Yeah,
was back in the day, and you see where they come now. They millionaires,
yeah, yeah.
right? And their video quality is crazy. And then if you look at MBKHD, Marquise Brown, is that his name? The one that does the product reviews. This dude
Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
worth
Marquise Brown. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, this dude is worth 15 million. He's got a camera arm that's worth $1 million, I think, and he's
yeah.
getting all these crazy views. Now, do I anticipate that? Like Evan Tube, like
Evan
he's
Tube.
crazy,
Yeah.
right? But
Hmm.
then I go look at the stuff my kids watch. Like what's the little kid name, man? Like it's these little kids, man. They're like filthy rich, right?
Yeah.
Uh and I'm like, why are you watching this? And then I found myself sucked in, and they're doing like these home video vlogs, and
Hmm.
it's just really cool and interesting. And if my kids like it, I ended up sitting there and watching it. Like Katie the Kid and all these kids, and they're rich, right? But
Yeah.
for me, it's the content. Sound quality is important. I would say third is the video quality, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a combination of all three. Because when you see something in that crisp HD, that means you looking at a guy who took care, and especially on the room tour, right? They took
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
care. They really cared that the audience was gonna see something nice and clean, right? And then the sound quality is nice and clean, and then they have charisma. And it's hard to put all three of those things together. And I guess that's what makes a channel successful. You would think, right? But it's not that.
Yeah.
It's consistency.
Consistency. Yep. And I talked to Joe Vane 21, one of the collecting members, and we had that conversation about if you're gonna start on Thursdays at 8:30, you have to go at 8:30. If you're gonna do every other Saturday at 8, you have to go then. And I was like, well, what about this person being live here? And he was like, well, if you were already doing it consistently, and somebody else is coming in that same time slot, you can't change. It's no different than McDonald's being right across the street from Burger King. If you know you're gonna get a flame broiled hamburger patty at Burger King, I can't worry about what having it your way is doing across the street. I can only give you what I have here. And so it's all about consistency with that. And it's crazy because like certain people will have one subscriber, other people will have 100,000, and it makes you kind of wonder, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? But like you said, it's consistency in that growth of just giving the people yourself and just this is what you getting over here. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Like, I got to get back. When I laid my track for my channel, right?
Yeah,
When I'm flowing, I just say some of the stuff is like, I mean that. But some of
yeah,
it is
yeah.
I gotta fit a word in there, right? So it's a line in my rap where I say, "But we bring the heat that'll let us compete with our rivals," right? But I said that ain't even cool because now I'm competing with fellow YouTubers on who's the best statue collector, right? So I
Right.
already changed it, but then I'm like, I gotta lay it down on the track because I use some kind of song that was some music that was from iMusic that you can use that's not copywritten.
Yeah.
I lined it up after I laid the track, and it just laid out, sounded smooth. And when I tried to do it again, it didn't work. So I really need to
Hmm.
go in there because I want to change it to we're gonna bring the heat that'll increase your blood pressure and have you checking your vitals instead of we're gonna bring the heat that'll let us compete with our rivals. Because if I'm saying that, then that's gonna turn you off. Like, who does this guy think he is that he's competing with me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
see
you think about that kind of stuff.
see for me, it was sitting back watching others. And it was taking your favorite part of what you saw, mixing it with your personality and then giving the people that. So I got three things that I'm doing before this year is over, right?
Hmm.
So the middle of the year, I'm gonna do a partial room tour, but it's nothing to do with statues. But I'm gonna give them a partial room tour, right?
Hmm.
May the last day in May or the last day in June, one of the two. But then at the end of the year, I'm gonna give them a full room tour, a full room tour, the entire basement. We gonna get the people what they want, right? But I
Yeah,
got something special with music,
yeah,
something special and creative, and it's gonna take time, and it's gonna be one of a kind because you're gonna have to have what I have in order to do it, in order to make it happen. And when I tell you, it would be funny if this would be the thing that will blow up over other things I've done in the past outside of YouTube. It would be
yeah.
crazy. And I feel
And,
like anything that you're passionate about,
hmm.
do that, man. Make it happen. Just have fun. Just this is all we here for is honestly to have fun. Just to have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. Let your head down, so to speak. And
Yeah. So Denny.
you know, it's funny because we statue collectors. That's the
Yeah.
main thing, right? But you're only gonna like look. Let's be real. We do want to grow our channels. Like if
Right.
your channel can get to support you buying at least one statue a month,
Right.
then what you do in your work life never dips into your statue collecting life, and then your wife really can't be mad at you.
Yep.
Think about it. If you say,
Yep.
well, "How did you get the money for this?" Well, it came from YouTube. Mm. Ah. Right? She's want to
Oh
hog smash. I'm like,
man.
but babe, the YouTube world bought this statue. It
Yeah.
did not come out my paycheck this time. Really? Okay. You need to get more followers. Maybe I'll
Hey,
let you
it'd
get
be like,
two.
you remember the other day when I was streaming? She was like, yeah, that stream took care of this new Batman that came in. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Because I collect more than statues, and I do more than just that. Like I do the cosplay, right? And
Yeah.
the reviews of like movies. That's what I want to get into. Like, the MCU and the DCU, uh, and collecting stuff like this, right?
Oh,
You
whoa,
you
whoa, whoa. Is that
collect
is that
you collect
is that a
these.
9.8?
This is a 9.8,
Is that
right?
punchline?
This is Punchline, and you know why I bought this?
I don't, but shout out Danny Lee, aka 9.8 in the building. That's the real 9 point. Everything he has is a 9.8.
You want to see another one though?
Yeah, go ahead,
Sit
man. Go
to the
ahead.
side, Cash. I'm gonna sit this to the side,
Oh, and it's signed.
and this sign.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I got plenty of these, Cash. Like I really like collecting these, but this one's really special.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's nice.
This is really special. I got this one directly at a comic book shop, and the dude was kind of going out of business, so I got it for a pretty good deal because it was just sitting there, and I'm like, dude, man, what you gonna sell that for, right? And he gave it to me for a pretty good deal. Here you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
but
Okay.
this one, right here, Cash,
Okay.
Batwing.
But oh, Batman damned. Okay. Nice.
This is the one with the penis, man. I didn't never open it up, but I heard about
Yeah.
it. So I bought that one just like that, right? You remember when that one dropped and they said that Batman penis was exposed, and then it flew off the shelves. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, it wasn't girls going to buy it,
Yeah,
guys was
yeah.
buying it, but it wasn't because we wanted to see Batman's penis. It's because we knew
The
that
value.
there was going to be value in that because
Yeah.
they took it off the shelves when they found out that he actually had a penis shot. And I was like, if I can find that, signed, sealed, delivered, and I got a 9.8 and it's signed, I'm sitting on some value here, right?
Yeah.
And I think about that stuff for the future, right? For my children. This
Oh yeah.
collecting game, like like we have to face our own mortality, right? And I'm looking
Yeah.
at, God rest my grandfather's soul, but we probably gonna go through some things with who's getting what and all this crazy mess, right? I don't want to
Yep.
even be in that position as a father because I know that I got stuff I can pass down to my children. you have to write a will, and you got to put who gonna get what, so they can go on and either keep it in their collection or they can sell it because it's gonna have value in the future.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's good to like actually like kind of think like that because obviously that's also a part of life as well, and no collector ever thinks like that. I've heard a collector kind of joke before, oh, hey, I guess the kids will get it, or I'm gonna bury this with me like an Egyptian, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah, you
um
can't take it with you.
hey,
We had
definitely.
a collector that passed away. What was his name? He was really
Chris,
getting hot, man.
collector's
You know what I'm
therapy
talking about?
passed away.
Collective
Yeah.
therapy, man. Dude,
Yeah.
that was just sad, dude. And he had a clean, dope collection, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, you do never know, and that's also something that's crazy to think right now we having this conversation, right? And obviously, I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but I'll just use myself for example. Let's say today is my last day alive. Like it would be crazy to retroactively think like people will be able to go back to these videos and see the conversations that I had with yourself, other fellow collectors. Um, Other shows that we did that weren't one on one, that was just us going over pictures and just having a good time or talking about Star Wars and stuff. And it would just be crazy to think like, dang, dude, that's the last time that we saw Cash speaking. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy to
and
think.
guess what? Then 5 months later, yo, you got 1 million subscribers and you in heaven talking about, man,
Hey, come on, Lord, come on, Lord.
like, really? You gonna do this to me? You gonna make me watch down? I got 1 million subscribers.
Hey, Lord, the people need a follow up video, man. The
Man,
people need a follow up
man,
video. Hey, I have a whole white background talking about, hey, I'm live from heaven, baby. Jesus said I got 30 minutes.
man, look. Hey, that makes me think about like my name.
Yeah,
You see the fatal, right?
yeah.
So my fraternity is Alpha, Phi Alpha,
Okay.
right? And that was the name they gave me. So I didn't give myself the name Fatal. So over the time though, it developed into an acronym. Because I had some wayward ways about myself, and I got into the scriptures, and it took its own meaning. If Paris has a testimony about the Lord, you know. So, some people are not believers, and I don't knock anybody for what they
Wow.
believe in or not, but I am a believer, and that's what my name. So when you hear fatal, you initially think of something like Mortal Kombat, right? But
Yeah.
it pulls you in, and then when I tell you it's Paris has a testimony about the Lord, I'm gonna share some gospel with people. When I'm on one, I share gospel, and people like, man, you know those scriptures pretty well. Like, wow, really? And and when you're doing it with statue collecting, because if you listen to my flow, I said, collecting is a hobby. We do not make it an idol, right?
Right.
We do not make it an idol. We have to be careful in that because these little things can become idols and they can take over your lives.
Yeah.
I find more joy in the scriptures than I do in these statues. This is a pastime, but if I really want to feel good, I get filled up with the word. Now, look, every collector, this community got atheists in it, they got agnostic people in it, and that's cool. It's all about the sharing of statues, but above all, for me, I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? So that's why if you look at the T, I went with the small letter T because it's like a cross,
Yeah.
right? So it really means a
Okay.
lot to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. Hey, Edwin says R.I.P. Chris. Most definitely. Tone. Yeah, man. Glad you're here as well, man. Definitely glad you're here. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Have you ever said a prayer in front of people?
Yeah, yeah. I've done eulogies, man. Like one of my best friends died. Um, he had a brain aneurysm, and his mom asked me to do the
Oh
eulogy.
man.
I did my aunt's eulogy just a month prior to that, and my friend's brother said, "Dude, that was beautiful. If I ever die, I want you to do my eulogy." And I said, "Hey, man, don't ever say nothing like that to me." And then his brother passed a month later, and I did that eulogy. And I've been asked to do my grandfather's eulogy. So, you know, some people see these gifts and then they say, "Hey, man, you got a gift," but when you're giving a eulogy to somebody you care about, it's a little bit more organic, like your channel, and you
Yeah.
could tell a story, and then you marry it up to the scriptures instead of like making church at a funeral. I'm gonna give you a life story, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some God on it, and then people like, man, that was really beautiful, you know. And
Yeah.
I gotta do it again for my grandfather, you know, and that's not an easy task at all.
Yeah, most definitely, man. When my mom passed away, it was something that, I didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And something I used to do was always write birthday cards and write poetry because that's something I like, and obviously a part of music, it's poetry, expressing yourself and stuff like that, which is the reason why when you go to comics, like I'm very excited as to how we can get the MCU and all this writing comes together to make films over the last 20 years, from the Hulk to Iron Man to Captain Marvel, just everything coming together. And when she passed away, I was like, I didn't want to speak in front of anybody. And then I was like, you know what, I have to, because even though it was my great grandmother, she treated me as if I was her sixth son. And so
Hmm.
it was like very important for me to do one last poem. You know what I'm saying? To express myself one last time to her in front of everybody. So that was very important to me. And so when I went up there, I said, "Hey, I appreciate everybody for being there. Just bear with me. If I do shed a tear, if I do you do stop, just bear with me." And obviously I did. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool, but it was impactful. And I said, "Should I say something long? Should I say something short?" And I just went up there and I just spoke from the heart. So I said, "What can I say that nobody else will say?" And I talked about how she liked it, M&Ms in her ice cream, how she loved fried catfish and chicken, and loved roses. Her favorite color was blue. Like I made sure I said intimate, detailed things about my mother that nobody else would go up there and say to share. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
when I left, I said I'm gonna leave you guys with one last poem, and I said, "Where do you get sedility from when the bygone blaze has abated? How do you pursue sunny days when thoughts are cloudy and dense? Where do you gaze for guidance when the head is in an eternal slumber? What does a young man gain who has everything but lost for words? Who is substantial? Mama, my queen, my best friend, my heartbeat, my pulse. I love you from my first breath and will be on my last, booby." And so that's what I said, and I said, "Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you." And and just walked back to my seat. But it was important to get them last words out. Um, so you never
Indeed.
think about mortality, especially in this hobby, because it's always about what's the next statue I can get. And that was the
Hmm.
first time in my life to where I actually seen somebody I care about pass away. And so it really did. It was eye opening. And but yeah, man, that was just important for me to say that one last poem, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing, and they'll never forget. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely, man. So my final question for you is this, man. Are you a sports fan?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a sport. One sport. Give me a sport.
I want some controversy, so I'm gonna go basketball.
Okay, basketball. I'm glad you said it, man. I'm glad you said it. Basketball. Okay. So I'm in Nebraska. Nebraska isn't too far from Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, 7 hours, give or take. So
Okay.
let's say we gotta take a road trip, man. I just got to Chicago, and I'm bringing you back to Nebraska just to see a little bit of nothing that we got here in Nebraska. So I'm taking you on this road trip, right? And during the road trip, we seeing a couple things. The Mount Rushmore, right? We seeing a couple things. So on the Mount Rushmore, we talking about LeBron, we talking about Kobe, we talking about MJ, we talking about Scotty, Hakeem, Shaq, Kareem. Like, who we talking about? So
Who?
when it comes to characters, and it could be any character, whether it's statues, whether it's movies, whether it's comics, who is on Fatal's Mount Rushmore of comic characters, whether it's Marvel or DC, who is your top four?
Batman,
Okay.
Black Panther,
Okay.
Superman.
Okay.
That fourth one's very hard, brother.
There's only room for four up there.
Do they have to be a hero?
Is your list.
The Joker.
Ooh, okay. The
Yeah.
Clown Prince of Crime. Okay.
I think the Joker is the best villain that ever was created.
No argue here. No
Yeah.
argue here with that.
He's a
Yeah.
mastermind, and he's sinister. Not evil, but sinister. And
Okay.
calculated, but chaotic. Right? He's calculated and chaotic at the same time. Like, he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing.
So who are you more fond of, Harley or Punchline?
Harley,
Mm.
not
Do
even
you
close.
do you feel she compliments Joker more than Punchline?
Absolutely. I'm old school. Although I will be getting that Prime One punchline
Hey, with the Joker?
to go with this. Absolutely. You can't get one without the other, and then
Hey,
put
my
these
guy.
behind it.
My
Like,
guy.
you know, I don't know if you can see this over here. I got to get my light bulbs, but these are some of my sideshow prints. Can you see them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You good, man. That's
Hold
the
on.
Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, Alexa, turn Batcave to warm white.
No snap?
There you go.
Oh,
So you got the Killing Joke. Can you
mm-hmm.
see that one with the Batman with the can you see it with the with all
Yeah, the women of DC.
the women of DC, and then over there behind that camera stand is Wonder Woman versus Cheetah, and then in the
Okay.
background you got some Justice League going on, you got Batman and all that. So that's what's
Yeah.
over there. Uh and it usually there's some hot toys over here, but yeah, I like these art prints, and I give you a little look at what this room tour is going to bring. That's some Wakanda stuff over there.
Oh.
That's my family in Wakanda, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
that in that window. That's that Martin Canali Joker that I bought late. Uh, Alexa, turn Batcave blue.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I
Man,
see you
look,
got the.
with
Go
these,
ahead.
I went to get the GEs. I just did this not too long ago.
Okay.
They work pretty well, man. They're pretty easy to set up too. You know,
Hey, most definitely, man. That's nice, man. That's
it's a good
definitely
thing when you
nice.
live and it actually works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
so
That's cool, man.
yeah,
And real quick, how do you like that Killer Croc from Sideshow? Because I see you had it there.
it's really me. Hold on, let me see something. Wait a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Let me these AirPods only last.
Oh yeah, you good, man. You definitely good. Yeah, Aiden says Superman, Batman, Silver Surfer, and Venom for you. Oh yeah, and those are all characters you got, Aiden. Hold on, real quick. Looks like you muted yourself.
There I go. You hear me?
Yep, you good. Yep.
So with that sideshow Killer Croc, I love the way it looks. I have the exclusive with the two heads. However, I think it's slightly underscaled, in my opinion. I think he should have been a little bigger. I've always wanted that Arkham one from Prime One, that 1/3 scale, but in the aftermarket it's a little expensive. But right now he's the best killer. This one is the best looking Killer Croc on the market right now. Like I can't name another that's better
Yeah.
than this sideshow one, to be honest with you. Other than that one, but it's really expensive. And just when the only gripe is that it's slightly undersized, in my opinion. Like I want Killer Croc to be a little bit more menacing, a little bit more hulking, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still like the sculpt. the way it's done, I will never sell it. I can tell you that.
Damn. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. I accidentally bought it on eBay, right, from Australia.
Hmm.
And I had pulled it up because I was just trying to see the price of it, but it accidentally went through. And I messaged the guy, I'm like, hey man, this was an accident, my bad, I didn't mean to. Luckily, he was able to cancel it. Kind of wish I had to just let it go through now because I think it would have been one I would have appreciated. Um, I thought it was a pretty good statue. I didn't think it was bad. I really didn't.
Yeah, I think he's nice, man. Under the right lighting. Like I got some old school stuff that when I do my room tour, people will see. Like most people don't have the Red Sun statues in their collection from Sideshow. Most people don't
Yeah.
have these. I have them. You know what I'm saying? I got the Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Superman from that. And then the cartoon came later, right? The
Hmm.
cartoon movie. And then that just made me feel better that I had those statues, and I don't see that in many collectors in the community, right? So
Yeah.
those Red Sun statues. And so I got some stuff in my collection that other collectors don't have. I've seen some stuff in their collection that I wish I did have. You know, some customs that I missed out on. You know, the blue box hyper Caesar.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to that group too, cause they got some really nice stuff. Like the nun is nice. That seizure is
I
amazing.
had the Caesar in my hand. I had it. Dude was about to sell it to me, and then I'm like, "Do I want to put an $800 deposit down on it?" And they wanted two stacks for it. That statue definitely in this. If it wasn't a custom, if it wasn't blue box hyper, and it was another, they'd be charging 4 grand for it, man.
Yep.
That thing is beautiful, and I'm
Beautiful.
salty as I don't know what. There you go. And you asked me a question when I missed out on that I wish
Yeah.
that blue box hyper Caesar.
Blue box. Yep. You see that custom Killer Croc coming? I know the one you're talking about. That one definitely looks cool, man. It's definitely some cool ones. It's like Law Collectible says Batman, Superman, Wolverine, and Spider-Man for his Mount Rushmore. That's not a bad Mount Rushmore right
That's
there.
not bad. I got that Wolverine bust from Sideshow brown suit.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely, man. That's definitely not a bad one at all. Man, dude, it's been cool, man. This has been a crazy conversation. I always say this, and I really be meaning it every time too. Is I hate like ending the conversations because the conversations almost seem like they could go on forever. You know what I mean? Like
For
they really
sure.
could. But obviously, we always gotta end it and have to go, man. But like I said, man, my channel is an open door, man. So you're definitely welcome back anytime. Even if we every other week we go live on Saturday, so you're more than welcome. If you're ever free on a Saturday, you want to come hang with a couple of the fellas, more than welcome to come through. It's been a good conversation, man. I
For
definitely
sure, man.
appreciate you coming through, man. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Definitely a fan of your page, man. You're doing big things. You'll be at that 1,000 followers by May, definitely. So when you do your room tour, I think you'll be right there. You said last day of May. That's my birthday. That's May
Yeah,
31st.
yeah.
So I won't take that day. You got it for the
Oh,
room
no,
tour.
no, no. It's all good, man.
But no, that's good. You'll be at 1,000 followers, man. I promise you that. I see that in your future real quick, man. And hopefully all of us get there. That 1,000 is that magic sweet number that kind of catapults us into another stratosphere if we stay consistent.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Edwin says Magneto, the Juggernaut, Bane, and Sabretooth, my favorite villains.
Man, this dude. Oh yeah, villain. You want to go villain? See, they trying to make this thing last. We're at 159. Hold on. Favorite villains, of course, it's the Joker.
Okay.
Wait, man, there's some villains out here. Darth Vader. Is that
Okay.
is he does he count?
Oh, he most definitely counts. Shout out
Yeah,
Anakin Skywalker.
yeah. Darth Vader. Villains now. Man, villains are a beast out here. Batman got so many cold villains.
Oh man, like
You know,
he got the best rogues out there, like hands down. He just got
Eh,
too many.
statue companies need to stop playing games though. Like I need a
Yep.
penguin, and I need a Riddler,
Penguin.
and I need a
Yep.
Ra's al Ghul. Like why not? It'll sell. It'll sell. You just
Oh
do
yeah.
him dope. You know, they actually got some 1/6 scale. um off-brand figures of him and like the Christian Bale character as ninjas,
Hmm.
and they're pretty cheap. I think they're on Comic Sanctorum or whatever.
Yeah.
Sanctorum. Yeah, villain. So yeah, the Joker. Yeah, who else did I say? Damn, man, there's so many villains out here. Oh, Darkseid, man.
Okay.
Darkseid is a beast.
Okay. Okay.
Darkseid, and I see. I'm a DC guy, and I think Darkseid would just destroy Thanos. So, Darkseid, the Joker. Man. I'm so biased when it comes to DC. Darth Vader. Let me go back to Marvel real quick. Magneto.
Okay.
Oh, he tough, man.
Okay.
That
That's a good
dude,
four.
that dude killed Apocalypse. Do you remember how he killed him? He
You
he
know what?
he he took the blood because it's iron in your blood.
Yeah. 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 That. Hey,
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
yeah.
So
Magneto's a monster. Yeah.
so I'm gonna say Joker as well. I think Joker is definitely one of the top DC villains out there, like in the whole DC. So I'm gonna say Joker. I'm gonna say Vader. Um, Magneto as well. And shout out Dr. Victor Von Doom, the
Doom is.
show's logo,
Oh
man.
well, yeah.
The show's logo,
You
man.
should have known. So Doom is probably one of your favorite characters. Period.
Doom and Magneto are my two favorite villains, two favorite characters. Doom and Magneto.
I got the original. I got the OG Doom from Sideshow Collectibles.
Sideshow, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
The new one is. It's just too much going on for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I,
Yeah, that's what our guy Matt says too. Is it's just is a little odd with how the statue is, you know.
hmm and when I bought the other one, I got it on eBay for probably like 700. I think that was a great price to be considered. It was an OG. I think I got it like for 700 shipped,
Yeah,
if not less. It might have been
yeah,
less. And when the new one came out and they revealed like the shadow of it, I was like, oh man, I made a mistake. And then when they revealed it, I was like, no, I didn't. I'm good. Yeah,
yeah. Most definitely, man. So, man, just before we go ahead and end it, is there
yeah.
what's next on the channel for everybody?
So April is gonna be the month where I'm gonna really start hitting it hard. Like I've said it on some of my videos that I've been studying for some tests at work, and
Hmm.
I had to put so many hours into it because I don't like to leave anything up for chance, and I'm a family man. So when you put in that, I go to work, studying for an exam. I go to school too, and I got all these things going on. But I in April, I'm gonna start pumping out like maybe 4 videos a week minimum. I'll be doing throwback Thursdays where I'll be doing like a quick unboxing and then a review because I'm not
Hmm.
gonna waste your time cutting open boxes. But and then somewhere late April, early May, room tour. Yeah, and I think that room tour, I think everybody's gonna be delighted. You'll get to really see all the different things that I'm involved in when it comes to collecting. Really will, and it's gonna be good. I guarantee that. I promise you.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Again, I want to say I appreciate everybody out there in the chat for coming through, sticking, especially those of you guys who started from the 1 second mark even before we went live to sticking around this whole entire time. As always, the Cashing Out show is just a one-on-one collection, a one-on-one show with myself as well as the guest, and we want to get you guys to know a little bit more about the individual behind the camera, behind the streams, behind the collection. A little bit about them personally, as well as how did they get into the hobby. What does this actually mean to them? What is their name? What is the representation of their names? So this episode 18 has been very good. And Fatal, I appreciate you. And if you can actually do me a favor, I
What's
would
that?
definitely, I would love to close it like this, man. If you could close this in a prayer for us, I would really appreciate it, man.
All right, I got you. Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer as we always do, giving you the honor, the glory, and the praise. Lord, we thank you for the even having the ability to even purchase statues. You know, we don't make idols out of them, Lord, but it's just a hobby. And Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to share our passion with fellow community members out here. Some may think we're nerds, Lord, but it's just a passion. It's just a pastime. It's just something that make us feel good on the surface. But we know that ultimately we get our really, our true good feeling from you. Lord, so we thank you, and we give you the praise, the honor, and the glory again as we end this chat. Thank you for bringing community members together. Thank you for this conversation that I had with my man Cash over here, the Gemini, a fellow Gemini. And Lord, we're going to end this prayer by saying we love you. Amen.
Amen. I appreciate it, man. Again, thank you everybody out there. And as always, cash out, baby.
Put some cash in your life. Put some cash in your life.